I am curious. Your music is often described sort of as R&B, a little bit of hip hop with some pop mixed in. How do you tend to describe the music you make?
I tend to describe it as boundaryless. I started off with a heavy hip hop influence just because that's where I was comfortable at the time. I wasn't as comfortable singing or anything like that. But all of the music that I had listened to up to that point wasn't just hip hop. It just happened to be what was like that stepping stone for me into creating music. So the more I went on, the more I started to explore all these other aspects of what I love, which is music that is universal. So that's where rhythmic pop came from. They didn't really know quite where to put me initially because they were like, I don't know. Is it hip hop? Is it R&B? Is it pop? Is it? I have no idea. Or do you want to do rock? And I'm like, all of it.
Oh, exactly, right? Why limit myself?
Exactly.
You mentioned you had some wonderful influences growing up. Who were those artists?
A huge influence to me growing up was Aaliyah. Like she was my everything. Like that was like you could
Talk
tell
about
me she could do no
genreless
wrong.
artists, right? She could do
Yes,
everything too.
exactly. And I mean, we used to stand in front of the TV, copy all her dance moves, everything. Like I wanted to be her. Like it was insane. And then later on was Selena. She was like huge for me. Which is unfortunate because I feel like I fell in love with her music and who she was after her passing. Um, through the movie and then going to explore myself like how did she sing, how did she do these things, watching her performances back. So that was huge for me. And then Beyonce and Nicki Minaj, but Beyonce is a huge influence to me. She just, I mean, from the moment that she went solo, it's like I could see what it was going to be.
There's a
So
brighter, no brighter star in my eye, I imagine.
exactly. I absolutely like adore Beyonce. I really do. And I mean, of course, there's a lot of people who do. They say she's the artist of our lives. And I really do feel that way. But she's one of the hugest inspirations in my career. But, other people, Missy Elliott, TLC, Lil Kim, all of these people kind of really, really just poured into me. Shania Twain is like one of my all time favorites.
Interesting. I
So,
don't,
yeah.
I would have picked Missy Elliott over Shania Twain.
I just went and saw Missy Elliott live, and it was like one of the best experiences I've ever had.
You have this beautiful song, What Have We Done, out now. What kind of fan response have you been receiving to it?
I've been receiving a great response to What Have We Done. A lot of the music that I've kind of been doing thus far has been experimental as far
Hmm.
as what it is that, like, my approach to each song. So, What Have We Done is definitely one of those because I really want to storytell. I feel like in hip hop, the storytelling aspect of it kind of suffers at the moment. In mainstream, I wouldn't say in all hip hop, but in mainstream, it kind of suffers at the moment. And I really, really wanted to create a song that tells a story. Like those are my favorite type of records to write. And so, my fans, they like got it right away. They were just like, okay, like the phone conversation, I'm here for it. Like, so it's been amazing for them to grow with me because I have morphed a lot over the years.
You talked a little bit about your songwriting, but what is your process for writing a song? Do you get a concept in your head and then you sort of flesh it out with music and then find the lyrics, or is there no set way that you tend to write a song?
Well, that changed too. So it used to be that I would cut myself off completely from everything. And I would like, and this would be months on end. So I would listen to like no new music because one of the things is I don't want some other artist's music to unconsciously like seep into mine and I don't even realize it. And that happens a lot. And to an extent, I'm still that way. Like I have not listened to the new Doechii album because I just can't do it because I really, really like her. And I know that there's going to be some cutting edge things that she's done over that way that I really don't want to seep into my own artistry. So to an extent, I'm still that way, but I try to open up a little bit more because music at this stage, it just changes so quickly. And before you know it, you're making a record. And if it happens to be of a sound that's happening now, that could be different in a month. So that's one of the things I try to create timeless music, so that it doesn't really fall into that pit, just stuff that's just genuinely me and authentically me. But for the most part, it is a feeling that I get when I hear a beat. If that beat doesn't move me, I tend to not write to it because I don't get a feeling from that. Um, and then I kind of like throw some things out there, some melodies, some harmonies, and I'm like, where is this taking me? Where is this going? How is this making me feel? That's usually how it works for hip hop. More recently, I have been exploring singing a lot more, and that works different. I feel I have a lot more control over concepts when it comes to writing songs for singing. Like, I can actually say, I want to write a song about this. And then I can go and say, okay, now I'm going to go look for what it is that's going to go along with that, rather than allowing the feeling to drive. So it's all over the place now. I'm just a hot mess when it comes to approach for writing.
What's your experience then when it comes to production? Are you a very hands-on as far as that as well, saying, okay, I want a little 808 more here, or maybe put a snare here. Oh, that guitar would be better if it was a bass.
Yeah, so I am right now, when it comes to production, my independent artistry doesn't really allow for that, because where it is that I live geographically, there's not a lot of people who really do produce for urban music. And so a lot of the times I'll find beats online, and then I'll jazz them up. So I'll be at the studio, you know, recording, and then I'll say to the engineer, oh, wait, can we take this and do this and strip that down and everything like that. So basically it's already done, but I'll jazz it up some. I most recently started working with a producer who does actually produce urban music, and that's a working situation. Like, the chemistry is like a working process because he's so used to doing his own thing and creating and then being like, here you go. And I am like, no, 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 I need to be involved. And so then you get you know what I mean? So
This is a Tasia beat. This isn't your typical artist. I'm gonna
yes.
be.
So here we go, like, ugh. And then before you know it, it's like, all right, we'll come back to this another day. But that has been something that has been evolving as well, is how much of the production I'm involved in, because I've always wanted to be more involved, but I just didn't have the resources to do so.
With What Have We Done out, is there an EP or an album coming in the new year, or are you focused on singles at the moment?
So there is an EP coming at the top of the year. It's called Welcome to My Psyche. I am super excited about it. What Have We Done is the lead single off of the Welcome to My Psyche EP. So it's really, really been something, because I haven't released a project since like 2017. And I've released singles consistently, but I haven't released like a solid body of work. And so I'm super excited about it. We're having a concert that same day that it's releasing on January 10th, to celebrate its release in Springfield, Mass. So I'm like pumped.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible music you make?
I would like them to say, or I would like them to say, I would like to say to them, um, thank you for sticking with me, because it's been a very, very long ride. And um, it's grueling for me as an artist, to go through, and year after year, you keep pushing, and year after year, you're hoping for your next big break, and you keep on and you keep on. And, it looks like it's going to happen, and then it doesn't. And then, it's a emotional roller coaster, seriously. And one of the things that, people who are on the Nubian team and are my fans and supporters, they have stuck by me and told me, like, no, you've got it. You just have to, your moment's going to come. It just hasn't gotten here yet, but you're ready for it. And so that has really, really helped me keep moving and pushing forward. And they stream the music. They do all the things that, you know, people would do for a mainstream artist, and they do that for me. So I'm so appreciative and grateful for that unconditional support that they have given me over the years. I'm just over the moon about them. And I hope that they continue to stick with me, but it's been a ride and I feel like we're almost there.